all of you standing there, where are all of you when our children are getting shot in the streets? As much, and I know you guys can hear me. Yes. As much, yes, this is illegal. But you know what's worse than this being illegal? Yes. Is your lack of response when our young people are dying on the street. Yes. You guys send big trucks, JMPD vans, police vans for shacks. And when our children are shooting each other and dying in the streets, not even half of this amount can come up. You see all the guns you're standing with now? I hope you can stand with that same guns next time we call you, when the blood of our children is crying for justice in the streets. Then I'm telling all of you must then tell me what's right about your police official spraying our 4-year-old with pepper spray in her face. I want you to understand that. Does it make sense that you see all of them here for 2 shacks? When 3 children are shot, not even one van can respond. It's a systematic response. We have to understand it.
Hier kom staan nou waar die polisie ons mense wil geskiet het. Alles hulle en gepepperspray dat. Ons is moeg vir die politics man. The community is fighting crime in this community. The problem on Sunday I called them to say they're shooting in extension 4, there's gunshots going off. Half an hour before someone was murdered, they only came when there was a crime scene. Right? We are over 20-30 people living in one yard, one flat dwelling. Ons is irritated met mekaar. Family become irritated. We fight and we argue. When we want to open a case at the station, they chase us away. They say it's a family matter. So, how long are we going to wait for our houses? Will you find a vacant stand in Soweto? You won't find a vacant stand in Soweto. Will you find a vacant stand anywhere else? There's so many vacant standing elders, yet they, the police, they like it when we fight. They like it when we fight. And when we fight as families, they tell us we can't open cases for families. We are tired. I'm 54 years old. I'm tired of waiting for a house. Hoe lang is my naam al op my database? So, we are, whether they like it or not, we are going to occupy the land.
Where must we go? Anybody else want to give us?
Kopa thuso ya RDP ka gore re nna mo mokhukhung o monnyane.
34-year-old Ntabise Motlhabane lives in this shack with a family of 10. The structure is riddled with holes and gets flooded when it rains. The family doesn't even have a pit latrine in their yard and say they are in desperate need of an RDP house.
When it rains, the house gets flooded. We cannot even sleep. We are not working and have no income to build ourselves a house. We are asking for an RDP house.
Also living in the area, 70-year-old Matafi Margaret Mailamo says she's forced to sleep at a neighbor's house as she fears that her shack may collapse at any time.
This shack is not safe for me and my children. We are always on the run. My children say this place is not safe.
65-year-old Lydia Lekari is also in need of an RDP house.
I'm staying with my mother, who was born in 1938, in a 2-bedroom house. We are asking for an RDP house from government. My mother with blindness is bedridden and sick.
But budgetary constraints may make it difficult for them to get immediate assistance.
In terms of the fiscus, we are very much constrained. Was it not because of that, I think we would have gone far in terms of addressing the backlog that we are heavy.
The authorities say this is compounded by alleged manipulation of beneficiary lists.
If there was monitoring, this challenge would not have been there.
It's important for us to ensure that there is strict adherence to the beneficiary list, because the other problem that we are having is that you would find that some people who do not necessarily qualify are being submitted as beneficiaries and all that, yet people who are in the need of a house are not, their names are not being submitted.
Motlhabane and other households fervently hope that their plight will be addressed urgently.
Before we begin, I must make this very clear. The 2 videos you just watched are not new. However, they are a painful reminder that the struggles they show are still very much alive today. The first video shows the residents of Eldorado Park, people who have been forced to live in overcrowded houses for years. Out of desperation, they decided to occupy unused land without formal approval, hoping to find a little bit of space and dignity. But soon after, the authorities reacted swiftly, accusing them of taking the land illegally. Once again, the poor were treated as criminals for simply wanting a roof over their heads. The second video takes us to the Northwest Province, where the situation is not much different. The province faces a shocking backlog of more than 300,000 RDP housing units, delays stretching all the way back to 2007. The municipality has claimed that the beneficiary list was tampered with, but for the people still waiting after almost 2 decades, that explanation changes nothing. Many families continue to live in unbearable conditions, overcrowded, unsafe, and uncertain. For them, the promise of a decent home has become nothing more than a dream. I'm sure you've noticed something common in both videos. People are struggling to get a decent house from birth to death. Let's take, for example, the story of a 74-year-old grandmother who sleeps at her neighbor's home every night, fearing that her shack might collapse at any moment, or a family of 10 sharing one tiny space. When it rains, there is no sleep. It's as if they are living outside, exposed to the elements, waiting for help that never comes. These are not just statistics. These are real human beings. And I am deeply worried about the children being born and raised in such environments. This kind of living condition doesn't just affect their physical health. It scars them psychologically and emotionally. It affects their studies, their confidence, and their view of life. This is a silent kind of torture. And if we don't act, we are losing an entire generation before they even have a chance. Authorities have given several reasons for this ongoing housing crisis. One of the biggest is financial constraints. The money simply isn't enough. But another undeniable factor is corruption. We've seen RDP houses being allocated to people who don't qualify, while genuine beneficiaries wait endlessly. There are also cases of double allocations and deliberate mismanagement. This system is failing the very people it was meant to serve. But beyond the system, I've noticed something else that we also need to confront: absenteeism in our own lives. Many of us are physically present but emotionally absent. The sense of family and community that used to hold us together is slowly fading away. Maybe it's because of social media, maybe it's the change in lifestyle. But whatever the reason, we have lost that collective spirit that once made communities strong. Let's take Eldorado Park as an example. The area is facing serious issues: gangsterism, violence, and constant shootings. When residents call for help, law enforcement often fails to respond in time. But before we put all the blame on the police, we must also ask ourselves, what are we doing as a community? If we continue to fight each other, we only make things worse. Instead, we should be standing together, demanding accountability, protecting one another, and finding collective solutions. Because unity is power. A united community can bring change faster than a divided one. The truth is, South Africa's housing crisis is not just an issue of policy. It's a human crisis. It's about dignity, safety, and the right to call a place home. We can't keep waiting for promises that never come. It's time for action, from the government, from communities, and from each of us. We hope that the authorities will act swiftly, Not only in Eldorado Park or the Northwest Province, but across all parts of the country where people are still living in these conditions. Every person deserves a place to live, a home, not just a house. This is Ivy Smithy, and you're watching Daily Cast News, where we speak truth, raise awareness, and keep hope alive.